All right, we're going to read a little story, and then we're going to do this page. You're going to need this page. You're also going to need a magazine, scissors, and a glue stick, okay? I'm going to do part of it with you, and you're going to do part of it by yourself with a magazine. But before we do that, we're going to read one of my favorite stories, Big Pumpkin. I've read the story so much that it's starting to fall apart. Do you see the tape here? Once there was a witch who wanted to make pumpkin pie. So she planted a pumpkin seed. She weeded and watered, and after a while a sprout poked through. And then a pumpkin grew, and it grew, and it grew, and it grew some more. Soon Halloween was just hours away. The witch thought about pumpkin pie and bent down to take her pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled and she tugged and she pulled. First she pulled hard and then she pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the witch. Drat means like, oh man, or darn. Drat. Just then, along came a ghost. Big Pumpkin, said the ghost. It's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. I am bigger than you and stronger too, boasted the ghost. Let me try, humph, said the witch, and she thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The ghost bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard and then he pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the ghost. Just then, along came a vampire. Big Pumpkin, said the vampire. It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. I am bigger than both of you and stronger too, boasted the vampire. Let me try. Humph, said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. But they thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The vampire bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard and then he pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the vampire. Just then, along came a mummy. Big Pumpkin, said the mummy. It's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. I am bigger than all of you and stronger too, boasted the mummy. Let me try. Humph, said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. Humph, said the vampire. But they thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. Just then, the mummy bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled and she tugged and she pulled. First she pulled hard and then she pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the mummy. Just then, along came a bat. Big Pumpkin, said the bat. The witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost and rolled her eyes, and the ghost looked at the vampire, and the vampire looked at the mummy, and they all looked at the little bat, and they all started to laugh. I may not be big, and I may not be strong, said the bat, but I have an idea. And the bat told them what to do. Humph, said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. Humph, said the vampire. Humph, said the mummy. But they thought about pumpkin pie, and they bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine using the bat's plan. Look it. Ready, set, pull, called the bat. The bat pulled the mummy pulled the vampire pulled the ghost pulled the witch, and the witch pulled the pumpkin. Well, they pulled and they tugged and they pulled. First they pulled hard, and then they pulled harder, and snap! Off came the pumpkin. Drat, said the witch. Whoosh! It flew and it flew and thud! It landed on the top of a hill and thump, bump, thump, bump, thump, bump. It bounced all the way down to the witch's house, and when it got to her door, that pumpkin just sat. Hooray for the bat! Shouted the witch, and she hurried inside to make pumpkin pie. Said the ghost. Have some more, said the witch. Couldn't eat another bite, said the vampire. Fun party, said the mummy. Time to go, said the bat. Look at the bat eating his piece. Drat, said the witch as she watched them all leave. Then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed. The end. All right, that's a cute story. So we're gonna just do this one first together, and you are going to do parts by yourself. So I'm gonna put my name on it. We're gonna be practicing reading, writing, and finding letters. So this is a picture of a ghost, right? To spell the word ghost, we write G-H-O-S-T. Now in these boxes is where you're gonna be finding letters from magazines and gluing them down. But on the lines here is where you're gonna be writing the word. So I'm just gonna write with a marker so you can see. You keep writing with your pencil in case you make a mistake, all right? So to write the word ghost, I'm gonna look over here. I'm gonna write G to match, then an H, then an O, then an S, then a T. Ghost, okay? Then, so this is the ghost area. The next area is a picture of a bat, right? And here's the word bat. Remember, right here is where you find magazine letters, and here's where we're gonna write bat. B-A-T. B-A-T. Try your best to write bat. You should be using your pencil, right? Just in case you make a mistake. And the last one is spider. Remember, this is where you find letters from a magazine. This is where we're gonna write spider. We've got S-P-I-D-E-R. So we've got S-P-I-D-E-R. If I'm going too fast, you can always press pause, or you can just look right here at the word. I'm just copying it. And then at the bottom it says, the ghost says boo. And at the bottom we trace, the ghost says boo. There we go. And you'll find your magazine letters by yourself or with the help of a grown-up.